Hello and welcome to Settlers of Kalgur and League Recap. This league has been one of the better leagues that GGG ever released. As you see, I have finalized my challenges and I've received the portal as the reward. So there are a lot of good things in the league, some bad things in the league, and let's start with the actual great ones. The great one being the actual town of Kingsmarch. The town of Kingsmarch is wonderful because you can get a lot of resources and then use those resources to gain currency by doing shipping, by actually having your map runners do things, by filling in the port quotas from shipping to then get extra rewards, getting dust, which also adds to the quality of the shipping. So you basically fuel in your resources into shipping and into mapping. Map runners are a good thing, even though they cost a little bit of gold or a little bit too much, depending on who you ask. But when it comes to it, they on average bring okay loot, roughly a 30-40% less than what you would bring from a map. But it's a good way to run those maps that you don't want to or you outright cannot, like some reflect maps and such. Now, closely followed to this is the runesmithing table, which allows us to like enchant our weapons with runes and add like bonuses and such, which is a great addition to the game. I really hope it stays. But there are problems with the system. The problems with the system are these runes, the actual most valuable rune, which is a power rune, I think, that rune does not drop. Like runes drop from your missions, your port quotas and everything. Like they drop from bosses. But the amount of power runes that drop is effectively close to 0. So a person needing 3 power runes as minimum to get an achievement done, or technically to get 2 achievements done, some might not even see them at all. However, you do get divines and stuff from the boat, so you can purchase these runes. As I did in the end, I didn't receive them, and I think time runes are, or something, some other runes, I don't remember, are what I purchased as well to finalize the challenge. Now that's a bad thing, especially for, as an example, players in SSF who rely on themselves to do these things. In trade, it's a little bit less important, but it hurts the wallet when you pay 24 divines for 3 runes that you are just using for the challenges. Like, it's just crazy silly to have it like that. So I think they should at least power runes be a guarantee. 1 power rune should be a guarantee from, as an example, Sasan, or from the harbor, not the harbor master, the pirate lord himself. Or all 3 should drop at least 1 rune. Next problem is with the actual Sasan himself. I've done around 100 maps from 40% completion to 100% completion, and I still haven't gotten Sasan. So I cannot make a guide on how to kill him, because I've never done him. I paid for the challenge and I entered the portal. I didn't even see anything. So that's basically it. I wanted to finish the challenge. But I am not going to sit here through like and level like all these guys and get all these guys to run maps so I maybe get a boss. No, it should be every 30, every 50, every 100 maps that you do, you should get the boss. I had the same problem years ago in Ultimatum, where I ran 1,000 maps for ultimatums, all ultimatums up to maximum, and I got Trial Master 4 times, which sucks. So I basically paid for the challenge there as well. It's just a silly system that GGG has just so that you would grind more. You know, grinding is the name of the gear. But it's completely silly and stupid. When it comes to boating is okay. You need to send shipments over like 3, 4, 500k, and those are going to be lucrative. And in maps you can see the Black Knight every like 20, 30 maps or so, which is decent still, maybe sometimes 50 if you are unlucky. So Sasan needs to appear more. The actual Pirate Lord is okay, it would be good if he appears more, while the Black Knight is the only one that appears okay. Now when it comes to the gold drops themselves, the gold is an amazing tool for currency exchange, which is great, even though the prices are a little bit too high on the gold exchange if you want to buy, as an example, Divine Orb into, I don't know, Alva Incursion Scarab, and then you do currency Divine Orb, and then it's 200, then it's 15k gold. First 5 to 10 trades a day that are this big should be less gold, or gold should be more common. The currency exchange works in a wonderful way if you do not play King's March. If you don't play this, you will never have problems with gold. Almost never, depending on how much currency, how much trading you are willing to go and do for. If you're doing King's March, and if you have like up costs of 10, 20, 30, 50, 60k an hour, try getting 60k from one map. Only some specific maps can do so, like Uber Cortex and stuff. For me personally, when I was doing Guardian runs for Shaper, the maps were usually 4 minutes long. I did ambush with like the cheapest ambush scarabs, and ambush on the map device, Shaper Scarab, and 2 Incursion Scarabs for extra monsters on the map. I was gaining between 10 and 12k gold per 4 minutes doing the whole map. However, if I do my Breach Atlas, which is this one, and I farm Breach for experience and things, I get between 9 and 11k gold per map. So let's say 10k gold per map. So how long does the map with Breach last? Well, 6-7 minutes to kill everything, and then another 5-6 minutes to loot everything. So 3 times longer for, let's say, same amount of gold. It should be more mechanics that you do in a map, or more specific things you do in a map, more gold should drop. So it should always be like a few thousand gold per minute of playtime, because I'm not gonna loot 150 Breach Splinters in the same time as I'm going to go through strong boxes and phew, right? Because the map atlas, this atlas for strong boxes and stuff versus this atlas, not worth doing. Absolutely not worth doing. But gold needs to be buffed in terms of having like multiple mechanics, or specified one mechanic in a thing. So that needs a rebalance, but I digress. It's the first league with gold, so that's okay. But it definitely needs more drops. And overall, I have never used the black market option. Never. I've never had the gold to even open this section up, which makes this absolutely obsolete. And I would have gold to open this section up if the whole town did not exist. If like the up cost was like 10x lower or 20x lower, I would have used it. If the up cost is as is, like my upkeep is around 25-30k gold if everything is working, maybe 40k gold if everything is working. That's basically, I removed all my workers because there's no need to spend gold on anything. But black market is worthless if you cannot gain enough gold, and this pushes this thing where you are just churning maps like a grinder, which personally I dislike, because I like doing Breach as my main content, like Legion and then Alva and things. Those are all the things that take time, right? And they're not rewarding enough in regards to gold. So as gold goes, I just removed it from my memory, and that's basically it. But that's a huge negative that is in the league. So like runes, bosses, Sasan mainly. So runes not dropping, Sasan not dropping at all, and gold costing too much because of the upkeep. But other than that, no major bugs, no nothing. The amount of characters you can play now has increased significantly, which is amazing. The melee is finally viable, yet I'm playing ranged. But in all regards, the more variety of builds that are made for 30 divines and lower has increased, so they diversified the pool of builds that are viable to clear tier 16 content, and they've also made tier 17s easier. Who wants to deal with that, of course, but the market dictates its own prices, where in all retrospect, for this 1 month that I've played the league almost non-stop, I would give it a rating of 8.5 out of 10. It has been a fantastic league when it comes to playing different builds, exploring different content. The mechanic itself is separate from things. It's just extra monsters on the map, which is great. And the amount of builds that can be made with such ease is now way higher, and you can basically now pick a skill and you have 90% chance for the skill to be viable to do tier 16s, no problemo, which is, in my opinion, what matters the most. I never will count like tier 17s and whatnot for the builds to be played, as that's not the content that I would specialize in. I prefer just doing tier 16s, regex, and then just go and do your stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this league. Fantastic league. Well done, with just some small corrections, but otherwise, yeah, it could climb to 9.5 if they increase the amount of gold that's dropping, but we'll see how it goes for the next league. I don't think King's March is going to stay, but I do think Faustus and Black Market and Currency Exchange is going to stay. I think we won't have any problems in regards to gold next season, but of course, time will tell. Expect more PoE videos now that I will play less PoE but do more content creation for PoE. And there will be another build guide coming shortly, which is for this build, Burning Arrow Elementalist, which is being fine-tuned as we speak. I'm preparing the PoB and stuff, as you could have seen from my streams, but I will be going on into variety and playing other games, and you can always ask me PoE questions, as that's my main content. So if you've liked this video, please do give it a like. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this league as much as I do. It's a phenomenal one. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.